Believe it or not, the World Cup kicks off next week. That means it's crunch time for maintenance crews to get the pitches ready. Atlanta News First reporter Joshua Skinner went out to Jackson County today to learn about the World Cup grass and the company that's helping maintain it.
To most people, grass is grass.
You look out your window and grass grows everywhere.
But to Brandon Wilson and Precision Turf, it's an art. The company installs grass for Atlanta United, Clemson, and Georgia Tech, among others. But it's the work with FIFA that's holding attention these days.
Meetings after meetings, Zoom calls, Teams calls.
To be clear, Precision Turf's Bermuda grass is not on World Cup fields. For geographical reasons, FIFA wants uniformity from Vancouver to Mexico City, limiting the type of grass that can be used.
The field for World Cup is actually coming from a farm in Colorado. They'll have a cool season variety that does a lot better inside the building.
Precision did the install in Atlanta, though, and remains in charge of installation and maintenance at both Texas sites in Arlington and Houston. The former, aka Jerry World, is where Eric Holland is working to get the pitch ready.
We started this project in February of 2023.
A long process to meet FIFA's exact standards of grass maintenance.
Demo the whole field out, put in a drainage system. It has a full sub-air where they can suck moisture out of the field.
As well as specialized grow lights to keep the grass alive in a dome. Years of work for just a handful of games.
There's no margin for error, no room for error, so.
Holland says their pitches are ready for the matches, but their eyes won't be on the score.
You watch the match from a different point of view. You know, a point of view of playability, player safety, performance.
In Jackson County, Joshua Skinner, Atlanta News First.